Hello, everybody. Welcome to the Cinema Asylum podcast. In today's episode, we're going to be talking about best character performances. I am John Thompson. I am the action and animation expert.
I am Garrett. I am the Indian drama expert.
I am Matthew, one of the superhero and sci-fi experts.
And I'm Dyllan, the better-looking superhero and sci-fi expert.
That's debatable. There's that big nose.
Look who's talking!
I know.
As you can clearly see on camera.
Because everybody's seen what I look like.
Yeah.
If I remember right, I actually said that I look exactly like Gavin. So that's what we're going with.
We're just going to get a shot of just a Mandalorian helmet sitting on the table, and then we're going to say that to you.
Yeah.
So, before we get to the movies that we got to watch this week or last week or whatever, but as you know, we lost a legendary actor, Bob Newhart.
Yep.
A wonderful actor, a great comedian, and also he was just a great person to be surrounded in general. So before we do get to our topic, let's have a moment of 10-second silence for this wonderful actor.
Mm-hmm.
Thank you.
Hey.
Where'd that come from? That had nothing to do with Bob Newhart.
Yeah. But I was saying, but I definitely say that was very important to definitely do that.
I was trying to make John break character.
And so all we can say is, I'll say about Newhart, thank you for what you did. All right, so might as well go first on the movies. I didn't watch any this week, so I'll just go through the films that I got to watch at least a couple weeks. Rewatch Twister and the movie for the new movie that I got to watch this week, which we'll be doing our Twisters review later, or it's going to be uploaded by the time this episode is done. Whatever.
Yeah, the Twister one will be uploaded first.
And well, there you go.
And going to the suck zone.
Yes, we will. So, in preparation for watch that, I do love the original Twister. The only nitpick, the divorce stuff. Screw that. That's got to go.
Oh.
We did not need that in the disaster film.
At least not so much of it.
No, but still.
But I'll talk about that.
Okay. Still 5 out of 5. Really enjoyed it. And a few movies that I also watched, I pretty much rewatched all of these Despicable Me movies, along with Despicable Me 3 that I went to go see in theaters. Which
You mean 4? 4 is in theaters.
I meant
Yeah,
to say
4 is
4.
there.
Yeah.
That is despicable.
Dang it.
I don't even know if that counts.
No, I don't think I should count.
Yeah, I think that we need to up the standards on the points.
I
Because
do.
you've been scoring way too fucking many.
You
Man.
forgot the one from last week.
No, I was going to add it this week.
From the Acolyte?
Yeah,
Okay.
I was going to
I
add
know
it
the
today.
reason why I said that because there's
I
definitely
know.
been lots of Despicable Me movies, which includes the Minions movies. Yes, they do count. Which
Like 6 of them now.
yeah, which let me just say this real quickly. I know everybody is not a fan of it, and you know what? That's totally fine. If you
Banana Fast
if you guys don't like Despicable Me, the franchise, totally fine. Same thing with Fast and Furious, totally fine. I like them because they're pretty entertaining. So I pretty much like what I really enjoy
Completely
watching.
missed it.
In terms of Despicable Me 3, let me say this: I did love the movie. Not gonna get any Oscar nominations at all. But
You
let's
mean
be
4?
honest.
Was it 4, you mean?
I mean 4. Dadgummit! See, this is what happened. But let's be honest,
At your
though.
old age, you're slipping.
Yeah, that's what happens when you're
That's funny.
30 miles past the
That's
hill.
funny. One of my church friends joked me and actually said that I was old. So I was just thinking, yeah, it's not just you
I
that's doing
misheard that.
That's just not doing that. Then do you the joke? Even the podcast guys make fun of me. So thank you for that. I appreciate that.
Oh, of course.
You.
Elementary.
Okay, but anyway, Despicable Me 4. I did love the movie. Definitely enjoyed it. Definitely can be crazy at times. But hey, the box office doesn't lie. People still love going to see these movies. So
For some reason.
and there's going to be more. No matter nobody likes them. If you guys don't like them, again, that's totally fine. I enjoy them. I find them to be entertaining. So
Yeah, it's your personal preference. That's
Absolutely.
fine.
How's Will Ferrell in it?
he was great as the villain. He was very, very funny. In fact, I didn't even know that Will Ferrell was actually in the movie until I saw the opening credits, and I was just thinking to myself, "Yep, that's Will Ferrell. Yeah, he can do anything."
I think he went on Kimmel a few weeks before, and as Ron Burgundy, promoting it, which was pretty fun.
That's pretty good promotion. But yeah, I definitely watched lots of good movies in the last couple of weeks. So there you go. Those are the movies I watched.
I'll go next. Most of these are theatrical watches. I've seen a lot recently in theaters. I think right after I did the last podcast, went to see Maxine, which is the third film in the X trilogy. I love X. I love Pearl even more. Maxine, I like. I don't think it's nearly as good as the other two. I think it doesn't have the rewatchability factor of Pearl, and it doesn't really have the fun camaraderie that X has between the cast. But Mia Goth still absolutely rules. It still uses the 80 like the era aesthetic very well. I actually do like the twist that the film has in the third act. Some people didn't, but I actually think it was actually kind of clever. So moving on, I also went to see Horizon, the new Kevin Costner movie. Not really a fan. Westerns usually aren't my thing. There's a lot of westerns I enjoy, and I certainly admired the ambition that Kevin Costner had when he made it. I mean, in terms of like the production value, I think it absolutely has that in spades. All the stuff looks incredibly authentic. It's so I like long movies. I could not get into this at all, and
I think it's one of four parts.
it just should have been a TV show. I just do not think this should have been like a series of movies.
They scrapped the rest.
Yeah. And I just do not think this would have worked. I knew this was probably not going to work. For like
I'll give it a
theatrical
watch
releases.
and I'll see what I think of it.
It's just not my thing. I certainly I like Kevin Costner, and I think he's a good director. Just did not get into this, and the editing just kind of ruined it for me. It just felt very choppy. Even as long as it is, it still feels like it still felt like I was missing a lot of it, and that's something that should not happen in a 3.5-hour movie. So yeah.
Apparently, WB scrapped the release.
Yeah, I know.
But apparently, Netflix might pick it up.
I think that would work better for it.
It would work better than theatrical.
Yeah, just it's an experiment, but I don't think it paid off very well. So I also went to see Kinds of Kindness, and this was the new Yorgos Lanthimos movie right after Poor Things, and I really enjoyed Poor Things. Was not really a fan of this one. It for everything I liked about Poor Things, this movie kind of like went away with. I like I said, I like most of Yorgos's movies, but for me, this one just felt so dry. It felt so it felt very pretentious to me. I didn't really get into the characters that much. It kind of had the problem that that I had with The Lobster, where it just felt very. It felt so dry and so so monotone to me that it didn't really work. And I just did not really get into the story, and I just came away from the film very. I didn't get much enjoyment out of it, and that was kind of disappointing because I was really looking forward to it. So then I went to see Longlegs shortly after that, and I've seen this movie 3 times. And if you want to know all my thoughts on it, there will be a full out video review with me in it a few days from now. So yeah. Then at the last theatrical watch was Twisters, and of course we're gonna have a full video review of that as well. So
Can't wait to talk about it.
at home, I rewatched Twister for Twisters. I know a lot of people here love this movie. I like it. I don't think it holds up that well for me. I think the effects are all still, I think most of them still hold up pretty well. But for me, a lot of people love the chemistry between Bill Paxton and Helen Hunt, but for me, is kind of annoying. All the divorce talk and all the arguing, it's not that enjoyable for me. But I like the movie. I think it's a I think it's a perfectly fun, 90s disaster film.
Yeah, I still
So-
love the movie for what it was, but the divorce stuff, yeah, that got to go. There was no need to put divorce in a disaster movie. I'm
But
sorry.
Philip Seymour Hoffman totally saves it.
Yes.
True.
He is the MVP
Then
of that movie.
That's true. That's true.
I also rewatched Dead Silence because I met Mary Shaw at a convention a few weeks ago. This movie has terrified me ever since I was 7 years old, and I still think it's a great horror film. It might not be it's not the greatest thing that James Wan has made, but I think it's oozing with atmosphere. I think has a lot of just James Wan. I'm such a huge fan of James Wan. So yeah. And Mary Shaw, the actress who plays her, is named Judith Roberts, and she was absolutely delightful. And it was a huge privilege meeting her. So then I rewatched a couple Joel Schumacher films that aren't Batman related.
Damn it.
I rewatched A Time to Kill, which is I think a really damn good Joel Schumacher film based on the John Grisham novel. If you haven't seen it, I think it's very worth watching. It's got a great cast: Matthew McConaughey, Sandra Bullock, Samuel Jackson, ton of great. I think
I've been wanting to watch that.
I think I rewatched it because we recently lost Donald Sutherland, and he's great in the film too. So the other Schumacher film I rewatched is Falling Down, which is probably Joel Schumacher's best film he's ever made. It has an amazing performance from Michael Douglas, who just plays a character who is completely losing his fucking mind on a very hot summer day. And if you haven't seen this film, it's amazing. If the fact that people only think of Schumacher for his Batman films need to watch his other shit. I mean, he's directed The Lost Boys, Tough Falling Down, Time to Kill. I mean, he has a ton of actually good films under his belt.
I've actually
So,
never seen The Lost Boys.
oh my god,
Same.
Jesus Christ, they're only noodles, Michael. So, and the other film I rewatched was The Big Short, which I watch about every year at least once or twice. I love this movie. I love how chaotic the editing is. I love how very documentary-esque it is. And for me, it's my favorite Adam McKay film that he's directed.
That's
So,
the one that won for Best Picture.
it did not win Best Picture. None of his films have won Best
No,
Picture.
it did. The Big Short did win for Best
No,
Picture.
it didn't. That was Spotlight.
Oh, I was thinking of something else.
Yeah.
Isn't it the same concept?
Not really. But
Okay.
Spotlight's about the Catholic rape
Oh,
stuff. and
okay.
The Big Short's
Yeah, I
about
was thinking of something else. Sorry
The Big
about that.
Short is about the housing market bubble.
Oh, gotcha. Okay. I might want to check it
A
out. then.
great. This film I think, is so underrated. I think it's not only dramatic and is very frightening from that historical level. I also think it's like all the acting is phenomenal. I mean, it has such an amazing cast, and it has a ton of great humor in it. So it's my type of historical biopic, but I think it's great.
Cool.
So
I don't remember where we left off, so I'm just going to tear through this because I got like 30 films.
Same.
Jesus Christ.
I'll start on June 30th. I watched Prometheus. We'll be watching it again soon because we're going to rank all the Alien and Predator movies when Alien comes out.
Damn it.
I watched the last 3 pirate movies. I was really in depth with that one.
I thought didn't you rewatch those fairly recently?
I'd rewatched the first 2,
Oh.
and then these I watched later.
Oh, okay.
No, I think that's where the cutoff was the between 2 and 3.
Oh, okay.
I had seen the fifth one for the first time. Definitely the weakest, but it wasn't bad.
Yeah.
21 Bridges, excellent action thriller.
Really?
It has Chadwick Boseman in it.
Yeah, I know about. I never saw it because
I've been wanting to watch
didn't-
that,
it
but then
didn't
it just
interest
quickly
me.
went off the.
It was really good.
Went up there.
3,000 Miles to Graceland. It wasn't horrible, but it really suffered early 2000s era.
Is it an Elvis movie?
Yeah. Well, sort of.
I'm looking it up right now.
Kevin Costner and a couple other guys play Elvis impersonators and do a casino heist during Elvis week.
Oh,
Really?
okay, gotcha.
Kurt Russell and Kevin Costner.
Yeah. It
Yes.
bombed at the box office, but
Oh, okay.
it wasn't
Now,
horrible.
the funny part is that Kurt Russell actually did play Elvis in. John Carpenter did an Elvis biopic in the '80s,
Okay.
and Kurt Russell played Elvis.
It wasn't
which-
horrible. I'd say I was checking it out. Don't look for a great movie. It's dumb fun.
Yeah.
I watched Silent Hill Revelation finally because I
Oh
hadn't
my
seen
lord.
it. I actually enjoyed it.
Really?
Yeah. Nowhere near as good as the first.
Jesus. Yeah, like I don't think the first one is that great, but like for video game movies at the time, it's fairly like it's very faithful.
Yeah.
The downgrade from the first film to Revelations is so massive. Oh,
Here's the
oh
call out,
boy.
Dyllan. Force Awakens.
Yeah.
It's just gonna get worse from here
Okay.
for the next few. I rewatched My Soul to Take.
Is that the
Wes
West?
Craven.
It's one of his last. I
It's
didn't.
one of his weakest. Too.
Yeah, yeah.
I watched Caddyshack 2.
Oh my. I've heard that's one of the worst comedy
didn't
sequels.
hate it.
Oh really?
It was not good, but it wasn't as horrible. as
Didn't
people
they
make out to be.
replace like Bill
Everyone.
Murray with like
Yeah.
Dan Aykroyd?
Yeah.
Yeah, and
Okay.
everyone except Chevy Chase.
Yeah, and he was only in it
Chevy
briefly.
Chase, I think like was like fuck that and
Yes.
completely-
No, he was in the movie.
Oh,
Rodney
he's in.
Dangerfield threw the script away.
Good on him.
July 4th, I watched Independence Day, of course.
Of course, as you
Figures.
do.
Yeah.
I watched Get Smart on the 5th. I watched the Steve Carell movie.
Oh yeah,
I watched Fall for the first time.
yeah. I thought it was okay.
That was nerve-wracking.
I mean, as someone who's afraid of heights,
Yes.
yeah.
Yes. I rewatched Renfield. It was in the $5 bin at Walmart, so I bought it.
Nice.
It was better the second time. I still prefer Last Voyage for Dracula movies last year.
Mhm.
I watched Gettysburg.
Is-
I bought it from work just to tick Paul off because he hates long movies.
yeah,
And
4
it
hours long.
4.5.
4.5.
It backfired on me. I was dying.
Oh.
I don't like war movies as it is. I was doing it just to tick Paul off, and it did not work.
4.5
I just-
hours. Jesus Christ.
Man,
The commitment, though.
I can watch
I
4
would-
hours of
that's
Justice
the
League,
type of
but
movie
this
to
one,
fall-
I
just-
don't know. I like war movies.
that
but,
movie
ugh.
and Alien 3 are movies I can like just completely fall asleep to.
I love
Honestly.
Alien 3, the director's cut.
Mm.
I watched The Shallows again. Still,
Okay.
as we said in our shark episode, I actually prefer it over Jaws slightly. Jaws is the better movie. I prefer The Shallows.
Okay.
personally.
Okay.
Bobby watched Jaws, by the way. Just want to let you know,
Oh,
Garrett.
you finally did. Okay.
Yeah, and I loved it. I could definitely see why people love this movie.
I watched a bunch of 2024 movies in a row. I watched The Underdogs with Snoop Dogg. It's a
I'm
Prime movie.
blanking on. Okay.
He,
I've heard of it. I've heard of it.
it's like the same concept as like Champions and stuff like that. He's a hotshot football player. Gets a DUI or something like that. Has to do community service, and he teaches like these underprivileged kids football.
Yeah, that is a formula. That is a
Yes.
straight up
Yeah,
formula.
Yeah, it sounds like
And
Mighty
he-
Ducks.
and Snoop Dogg- and
It-
Snoop Dogg has
it's
a real.
It's the same goddamn movie every time.
Yeah, but Snoop,
Beekeeper.
but Snoop Dogg, he does. Have
I
a-
liked Beekeeper. I have
Yeah.
fun with it.
I was going to tell you, the Snoop Dogg, he actually has a real football league,
Yeah,
but he
it's
does for
actually real.
charity. Yeah,
It's based on
which
true
is
story.
cool. I like that. That's
Yeah,
cool.
good for him.
I really like Beekeeper. I
wanted
watched
to watch
Space-
that.
And I just can't believe that David Ayer directed that
Yeah.
because I think David Ayer directed a really great movie, End of Watch, with
He
Jake
also did
Gyllenhaal
Fury.
and Fury, and then Suicide Squad, and then Bright, which
I like Suicide Squad, though.
I
The
prefer
fr-
Suicide Squad over Bright. Bright
Mm.
was just.
Ah,
Bright
gotcha.
was just and he directed The Tax Collector with
I've not seen
Shia
that.
LaBeouf. Oh, Jesus. Anyway,
Space Cadet. This is not normally my type of movie, but because of the type of because of how
what is that?
it's a Emma Roberts movie on Prime. So I'll just give a quick background on it because I love this. I don't like comedies, but I love this. She loved space growing up when she was little. Her
Hmm.
mom died of cancer when she was supposed to go to college, and she never went to college. She ended up becoming like a bartender, but she like invented stuff like when she was a kid. Like she was really into science and stuff. And she's like, you know what? I'm gonna turn my life around. I'm gonna apply to NASA. And then she writes on her application like she's a bartender. She's invented stuff in her backyards, and she gives it to her friend to proofread. And her friend's like, no, this ain't gonna work. So unknowingly, she changed her entire application, saying she has like a PhD and stuff. So she goes in expecting them to just accept her for who she is. Meanwhile, they all think she's like this doctor, and so like all these people are walking in like suits and dresses, and she walks in like her party outfit. This is freaking rad! And everybody just looks at her like, "Are you on crack?" But it's just quirky fun.
Probably not my type of movie,
No,
but
I like it just because of how quirky it is. I watched Monolith. You should check this one out. It's on Prime.
I've heard of that.
It's an indie movie.
Okay.
It's all set in the same apartment or same house. She's a podcaster uncovering an alien conspiracy.
Did this come out in 2022?
Yes, but technically 2024. I don't know why it says that. But yeah, it actually came out this year.
It's got my girl Lily Sullivan.
It's
okay.
really good. You should watch it.
I love her.
I think you will love it.
Okay.
I watched Roleplay. Not what it sounds like.
Okay. Keep going.
It's got Kaylee Cuoco in it. It's like an action comedy. I watched Daisy Ridley's new movie. Sometimes I Think About Dying.
Oh, yeah. I've been
did
wanting
wanna
to see that.
I didn't care for it.
Okay.
Like-
I've heard a lot of good things
Yeah.
about though.
The build-up of what it could be was great, but it just didn't pay off.
Man, I want her to catch her big break after Star Wars. I really like her. I just want to see her prove herself that she can carry a movie that's not Star Wars related. So
This, on the other hand, this is similar kind of subject matter, but a lot better. Bleeding Love
did I see that?
with Ewan McGregor.
Oh, I think I saw this. Oh yeah, I definitely heard about this.
Ewan McGregor has
fathered
a real life
his-
daughter.
Yeah, I
And she
do.
has, like,
I
a
do
dr-
want to see this.
She has a drug overdose, and it's him taking her to rehab.
Yeah,
It's so good.
I would love that.
This is his best performance. No ifs, ands, or buts. This is its best performance.
Mm-hmm.
So I definitely encourage watching it. Almost done. Out of Darkness. That was the other ISS, the studio that did ISS. It was like set in caveman times. It was like a horror movie. They
Okay.
marketed it as a creature feature. It was not. This is my
Okay.
second least favorite movie of the year. It was so disappointing.
Ouch.
I watched Twister. Not gonna say anything. I rewatched The Shining for the second time because I've only seen it once. I need to rewatch it again because it just wasn't holding my attention that night. Like I
Have
really
you watched
enjoyed-
Doctor Sleep then?
Not yet.
Okay.
I watched.
You might like Doctor Sleep more.
Yeah, I watched Jaws again. Still amazing.
It is.
Superman versus the Elite, which is one of the direct-to-DVD animated one. I think I watched that for a certain reason. I won't say what. Just something happened the other night.
Okay.
You guys know.
Okay.
Big news. I'm not gonna say what.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, but let's not get into
Yeah, we're not saying what. Go look at the news if you want to know. I watched Justice League Crisis on Infinite Earths, all 3 parts. Dylan and I are going to discuss that later.
Yeah.
I watched Beetlejuice again
Mhm.
because Walmart has it on sale for the Blu-ray right now.
I want to get
Nice.
the 4K before
Yeah.
Same.
the second one.
Yeah, the Blu-ray's like $7 at Walmart right now. Watched Twister again before watching Twisters, which we will discuss
Okay.
later. And then preparing for Deadpool, I watched X-Men 1, 2, and 3. I'm working my way through them. First one still holds up. Second one is still one of the great superhero movies.
Yep.
Absolutely.
That Nightcrawler scene at the beginning, top notch.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Just
That
ooh,
holds up against any modern superhero scene.
it does,
3 is disappointing.
to say the least.
Yes, that was a lot. Dylan.
Oh, don't worry, I got a lot too. I'm going to try to blast through these. Starting Tuesday, July 2nd, I rewatched Dial of Destiny for the first time in a year. I liked it more this time around. I watched From Up on Poppy Hill and The Secret World of Arietti for the first time.
Yes.
Nice.
What'd you think of it?
So for Poppy Hill, I gave 4 stars. For Arietti, I gave 3.5.
Oh.
I liked both of them. Arietti just, I'd already seen The Borrowers,
Oh,
So this
okay.
wasn't a new concept to me, so I already knew the basics of what was going to happen.
right.
I do like the like the reflavoring. I like the cast. I really liked it. It's also a weird role to see Will Arnett in, where he's not being
Yeah.
a like raucous comedic type. That was interesting.
Yeah, the ending of the movie got me very emotional. That
It-
was a
it
great
was
way
intense,
to
yeah.
end it.
I
though.
actually, this is going to be bad because a lot of people hate these movies.
What?
I actually really enjoy Will Arnett in the Ninja Turtle movies.
He was good in them. I liked him. Yeah,
fine.
for
Yeah,
what the
I
role
actually
was,
liked
it was
him.
good.
I actually liked the Michael Bay produced Ninja Turtles movie, but that surprised me. I thought I was going to hate him.
didn't.
Yeah, I enjoy them as movies. I don't
Pretty
think they're great
underrated.
films,
I like 'em.
but they're entertaining.
Sharknado stuff.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Sure.
So next, I finally watched X for the first time. 4.5
Yes.
stars. I didn't like it as much as Pearl.
Yeah,
give it to you,
Pearl's
though?
my favorite.
Did X give it to you though?
Shut up.
Shush.
No, I liked it. I just didn't like it as much as Pearl. I can't wait to see Maxine. I rewatched the original trilogy. I rewatched a bunch of Disney movies like the animated Mulan, 5 stars. Animated Aladdin, 4 stars. Animated Tarzan, 4.5.
Yeah.
I rewatched the sequel trilogy. I rewatched Attack of the Clones and Revenge of the Sith. I watched Crisis on Infinite Earths Part 1, 2, and 3 for the first time this week. We'll talk more about that later.
Let's talk about.
Yeah. I also watched. I didn't realize I was supposed to watch Warworld before Crisis because I hadn't seen Warworld yet. not that a whole lot of it mattered. It's just.
Right, it was just a setup.
Yeah. Like there were a couple things in there that were mentioned.
Yeah, Warlord is basically just a setup.
Yeah. I liked it. 4 stars. I feared that we're not going to talk about Warworld really.
Talk about Crisis.
Yeah. I rewatched the Super Mario Bros. Movie for the first time in almost a year, I think. I don't remember what my rating of it was last time. I think it was like 3 stars, 3.5, something like that.
I think you gave it 4 stars.
Yeah, well, it sounds like it didn't change then because it was 4 stars this time. I liked it a lot more, and I noticed a lot more of the references, and I think that it's a beautifully animated movie.
Absolutely.
I really can't wait for us to get the sequel. I was, well, the
of
Yoshi
course, there's
Egg
gonna be a
scene-
sequel.
Wait.
There is. There's no way.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean,
Okay.
Yeah.
I don't know if you've seen on the Acolyte video. I put and tell Dylan we don't need solo too.
shut up.
Comment section.
Screw you.
But yeah,
You don't need
honestly,
access to that.
I can't wait what Illumination's going to do with more Nintendo movies.
It's
I'm
gonna
waiting
be
for
good.
I'm waiting for the Donkey Kong Country movie, which one of my coworkers told me this. There is a speculation, rumors that Donkey Kong might be wearing pants. We don't need to see
No.
Donkey
No.
Kong wearing pants.
No way.
No
Why?
monkey business?
Keep it at the exact character like the video game.
John, no monkey business?
Shut up! Stop, dude.
I want my
He's
Metroid
not a monkey.
movie.
He's an ape.
I want my Metroid movie. God damn it. Yeah.
But Seth
We'll
Rogen
see
as
how-
Donkey
we'll
Kong,
see how Zelda
great.
turns out.
Seth Rogen was fantastic. I loved him as Donkey Kong. He was great.
Isn't Wes Ball directing the Zelda movie?
I can't
I think
remember.
I heard that.
I'm
No, Brie
still
Larson.
confused about the Zelda movie thing. Is it gonna be animated? Is it gonna be live
It's
action?
gonna be live action. It's
And it's,
the-
and it's connected to the animated Super Mario.
No,
Bros.
it's not.
Oh,
There is going to be or it's suspected that there's going to be an expanded universe that pertains to at least one of the movies, presumably
Okay.
Super Mario Bros.
okay.
But they are looking for at a bunch of different studios, not just Illumination, and they're doing a bunch of different things, having them all stand alone.
Oh,
Eventually,
yeah,
I heard
okay.
we're getting a Super Smash Bros. Movie though.
Which would be cool. I would love that. I think that'd be awesome.
Yep.
Yeah.
Catching up to this weekend, I rewatched Back to the Future, the entire trilogy.
Yeah.
Actually, the quad. Is it quadology for 4 movies?
I think so.
Yeah. All right.
Wait.
Well, then I watched a quadology.
Wait, wait. There's only 3 Back to the Future movies.
Just give me a second.
Okay.
I'll explain it.
Okay.
So, first of all, we all know Back to the Future, the original, the '85 one, is a perfect movie.
Mhm.
Like,
Not for
through and
Matthew though.
fucking
He
through.
said it's overrated.
It's a perfect movie.
How
It's a
dare you.
perfect film.
Yeah.
Like, it's
How dare
fucking
you.
beautiful. It's got to be my favorite movie to come out of the '80s.
It's
Probably
awesome. I
the
need to rewatch it.
greatest- Probably my favorite
Shut up.
climax in film history. is Back to the Future.
Yeah.
Like, the greatest climax ever.
I'm not denying it's a great movie. I just think it's somewhat overrated.
I
Okay.
mean, you
Well,
can
you're
think
wrong.
that if you want, but you're
You're wrong.
Yeah.
You're wrong. You're still wrong.
Everybody can have wrong opinions. uh, next, Back to the Future Part 2. I gave it instead of stars. Instead of out of 5, 8.5 stars out of 10. I just liked it a little bit more than normal than I like most other movies.
Right.
I still think that's amazing. There are people that say that's one of the worst sequels, if not the worst sequel in that trilogy. I just don't get it.
Wait, which one?
Part 2.
I don't get that because I personally think it's a
part two.
great concept.
Yeah, I thought it was amazing.
It is. It's great.
I
Yeah.
need to rewatch those movies.
Yeah,
I mean,
Good.
three
It's been
is-
forever
three is
since I
my
had.
least favorite, but I still like 3.
yeah. Well, same. 3's my least favorite.
Mhm.
That's after the third quote unquote movie. This quote unquote quadology.
Mhm.
I rewatched Million Ways to Die in the West by Seth MacFarlane.
Oh, man.
The reason why I've been saying
I'm very
quadology for
curious
this,
now.
Doc Brown is in it.
Yeah,
Doc Brown,
yeah,
not
I've-
Christopher
I've seen
Lloyd,
that
starring
scene.
somebody else. Doc Brown.
Yeah.
Okay, I did
But
not
he's
know
in
that.
in only one scene, though. Like,
Yes, it's only one scene.
just
He's not a big
it's just
character.
It's a
Okay.
throwaway joke,
Okay.
really.
Yeah, like
Okay, I've been wanting to watch this because I love westerns and I like comedy. I heard
It's
it's pretty.
good.
I heard it's raunchy.
yeah, it is. It is.
Okay.
I would recommend the original cut for your sake.
Okay.
Because there's
Okay.
2 cuts. I watched the unrated one.
Oh, of course you did.
I can't remember everything that's absent in the original cut, but I definitely know some parts that went on a bit too long.
Oh boy.
It was probably like Man with the Iron Fist. The difference between the R and the unrated is
Yeah. I think that there were
Right.
just some really risque jokes that were in the unrated cut. I think that's the biggest thing.
oh, this was so much worse.
Yeah, I believe it. I believe it.
But out of 5 stars, what would you give it?
Million Ways to Die in the West, I give it a 3.5.
That's not bad.
Yeah, I mean, I liked
A lot
it.
of people hate it. I don't know why. It's weird.
I think that it's because of Seth MacFarlane.
Yeah.
Seth MacFarlane is a little hit or miss on some of his projects.
Yeah.
I honestly, my least favorite one is his longest running one, which is Family Guy.
Yeah, same.
I personally
Same.
prefer American Dad to Family Guy.
I
Oh,
really
okay.
liked the first Ted. I was not a fan of Ted 2.
Ted 2 was okay. I really loved the first Ted as well. I also really love the show. The show was great. I know
Yeah.
that Matthew's not a fan of it for that one
I
specific
probably
episode.
wouldn't even get past the episode either.
Yeah, not that episode that Matthew
Okay.
got turned off the
Okay.
show with.
That's
you would
a
hate that
conversation for
episode.
another time.
Yeah.
That would John would actually blow a gasket if he's seen that. episode.
Yeah, no, we'll just say that it's a blasphemous episode to a certain kind of audience.
Okay.
Yeah.
Gotcha.
Extremely.
Yes. The last movie, Back to the Future Part 3, I gave 4.5 stars. I like it. Again, like honestly, this has to be one of my favorite trilogies of all time. I just think that it all fits really well. Obviously, there's a step off from the first one because you can't capture that same kind of magic.
No.
But if you pull it aside from that, I think that the trilogy is perfect as it is. I don't think that every movie is a perfect film. I think it's just the first one. But the sequels are both really solid when you consider the
How it-
history of sequels.
How it fits together as a whole makes it perfect.
Yeah, it's amazing. I like how they really looped everything together, especially considering the fact that there were 4 years between the first part and the second part, if I remember right.
That's how I feel about the Dark Knight trilogy. A lot of people do not like the Dark Knight Rises.
Yeah,
I feel like overall it makes it a perfect trilogy.
it does. It does.
Yeah.
It's the same kind of thing. I think it's great. I love it.
Hot
I
take.
totally
Actually-
forgot. Sorry, go ahead.
Sorry. I actually prefer Rises over Begins.
Really?
Shit, really?
Yeah.
Interesting.
I might be the same if it weren't for my nostalgia. I'd have
I
to
feel
rewatch
like-
everything.
I feel like people my age think Begins is the worst just because it doesn't have
Wow.
it doesn't have the Joker and it doesn't have Bane, like the iconic villains, and it has Ra's al Ghul.
We're
I know it's pronounced Ra's al Ghul, but it's
Excuse
usually
me. Have
pronounced
you seen Scarecrow?
Ra's.
He was awesome in Begins.
It's true. It's true.
yeah, and it's in my opinion, it's the greatest origin. It's the greatest origin comic book film ever. Like
Absolutely.
it perfects that formula to a T.
We
Absolutely.
are going to do a look back on the Dark Knight sometime in the next like month and a half, 2 months.
Okay. Yeah.
Actually,
Mhm.
we might do it for November.
That's fine.
Because
Yes.
the reason I leaned into this is this week we celebrated the anniversary of The Dark Knight coming out.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
It's 16 years old this week.
Oh God, now it can
I feel
drive.
freaking
Wow.
old.
If
Man.
y'all see the bat tunnel going down the streets, you know who it is.
Yeah.
Hey.
We'll have more Batman content coming to you very soon for this
Yeah.
year. We can't
Don't
wait.
don't forget we still got that Blu-ray to give away. If you could find the original post, we'll reshare it.
Yeah.
Comment your favorite Batman actor live action on the post and share it to be entered to win an additional entry.
Yep, that's
You have
right.
till August 1st. We're gonna share it again on Twitter and Facebook tomorrow.
Why are you talking to me? I'm not entering.
No,
No, we're
Talk
talking
to
the
them.
Yeah.
look at me. Enter the contest.
Yes.
Witness me.
Witness me. But what I was going
No,
to say,
it's Batman. Swear to me.
but what I was going to say about the Back to the Future thing, I love this line when he said, "What's wrong with fly chicken?" and no one calls me.
No. No one
Chicken.
calls me chicken.
Yeah, I love that line. It's great. Ha
John. Chicken.
Are you
ha
yelling?
ha ha ha. Watch it, buddy.
What's the matter, Colonel Sanders? Chicken.
Anybody ready for some trivia?
Yes.
Go ahead.
So
I hope
I-
so.
we have not had a main episode in a while.
No.
I forgot what the subject was going to be. I will learn it for next week. So we are now doing 2010 superhero movies. This is worth 2 points. I have not been saying that lately. I will go back and mark all the points for what they were worth.
Yeah.
They've all been 2 points for.
Yeah.
Well, I'll just say
Yeah.
for the next.
I have a quick question. I have a quick trivia too that you guys would like. So you mind if I do one too?
Okay. Yeah.
Okay. Cool.
That won't count towards the main thing. Though,
Okay,
but
sure.
I do
Alright,
trivia.
Sure. Cool.
And then after his, I got a little piece of trivia of my own to throw.
Okay.
Okay. Sure. Sure. All right. 2 points. Here we go.
Which character in 2016's Deadpool was named after a childhood friend of Ryan Reynolds that got struck by lightning?
Oh.
Oh, dang it.
Damn. Shit. Badger? Is that one of the characters' names? I can't remember.
This is gonna make sense when I say it.
It probably will.
Something.
I feel so bad because I love
Is
that.
it struck by lightning?
Someone he knew in school was struck by lightning, and this character was named as a tribute to him.
Okay. Fuck.
Damn it.
I can't think of a bunch of the characters' names.
You guys are
Aside
gonna
from the
kick
originals.
yourselves when I say this.
Oh, I'm sure he will.
Is it, it's not Francis, is it?
Crap! And I wish I knew what it was because I love Deadpool.
Is Francis Ajax?
Yeah.
Okay. All right. I don't think it's Francis.
You thought it was Badger?
Isn't
I
that
can't-
TJ Miller's
No, that's
character's-
Weasel.
Weasel.
Yeah.
It's probably not Weasel.
Well,
I
I
can't
just
remember.
it can't be a name from the comics, but I don't know what Ajax's name in the comics was. So that's why I'm going with Francis.
Still going, huh?
I guess I'll go with Francis
I've
too.
spent mine.
I guess I'll go with Francis too. I'm guessing we're
Probably wrong. Yeah.
You guys are gonna kick yourselves. Dopinder,
Wait, was it really?
the taxi
God.
driver. Yeah.
Damn
Oh, okay.
Huh.
I didn't know
Oh, fuck.
I figured you all would have got that because I figured like you would have selected.
I completely
I figured
Oh.
Dylan would have went to the same place I was thinking, where he'd single out all the comic book characters. And,
Oh,
no, this
okay,
isn't it,
gotcha.
this isn't
Okay,
it.
has Dopinder been in any of the trailers for Deadpool 3 yet?
Yeah.
Yes.
He's at the
I'm-
birthday scene.
Okay.
Yeah.
that. Oh yeah, that's right.
If I was about to be mad if Dopinder's not in.
Yeah.
Not like everybody returned
Like,
for it,
God.
basically.
Dopinder is someone that he went to school with that was struck by lightning and died.
Oh.
Damn,
So the character is named as a tribute.
that's nice.
I didn't know what the fuck is
Yeah.
Is Francis the actual like first name of that character then?
I think.
Probably.
No fucking
Yeah.
no way.
And I'll just throw out some additional information I learned in the trivia. He did like a massive amount of Make-A-Wish as Deadpool.
Yeah.
Oh,
Yeah.
nice, cool. Okay. You're gonna love this trivia question because I find it so funny when I first heard about this, and I want to see you guys can get this right. What movie did actress Whoopi Goldberg said that she regret doing in her entire career?
What was the T-Rex one, wasn't it? That movie where she acts with a freaking dinosaur.
I don't know any of her movies really. besides-
Theodore Rex. Was it Theodore Rex?
I have no clue. I've seen her in The Stand and the Ninja Turtles movies, and that's all I can think of.
Ghost?
I've
Yeah,
not seen that.
Ghost was like the immediate thing that came to mind. Other than
I
that,
don't know.
I'm thinking that. I'm thinking Sister Act.
I don't think she regrets it doing Sister Act.
Maybe there was a sequel
mean-
to Sister Act, wasn't there?
Yeah, yeah.
So, yeah.
Mhm.
I'm gonna go with that. The sequel
People
to Sister
like
Act.
people like Sister Act, as far as I know.
Yeah, as far as I know too. But there's plenty of movies that people
I'm gonna
regret
go
being in that
Theodore
people
Rex.
love.
You'd be correct.
I mean,
Theodore
how
Rex.
could you not regret doing something like that?
So here's what happened. When she took part of the role of Theodore Rex, she
This is a
immediately-
movie that probably no one has ever heard of.
No,
I've
and-
never heard of it.
well,
Yeah,
there's a
for
reason
some
for that.
good
They were
reason.
supposed to get a theatrical release, but it actually went straight to video. It's the most expensive straight to video of all time. I believe around $10-20 million. And she wanted to back out to do this movie, but the
This is
production
really
team,
terrible-looking
sued
movie.
her, so she had no choice but to be in the movie anyway.
Wow.
I'm gonna show you.
So,
I'm gonna show you.
she
the
got
poster.
screwed.
I'm gonna show you the poster. Oh,
Yeah, the poster is it.
Just the-
It's a
just the
joke,
poster
man.
itself
It's
should
so.
tell you.
It's like what?
I mean,
Oh my!
She is standing right beside a Muppet
oh,
dinosaur.
this was New Line Cinema.
And I
Oh,
thought to
God.
myself, wait, that was a thing?
We will share the poster in the comment section of the video.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
What do you got, Dylan?
Oh well, it's not a question. I just
Okay.
want to throw a little piece of trivia that I meant to do when I was recounting what movies I'd seen. So rewatching A Million Ways to Die in the West. Obviously, it's star-studded because it's Seth MacFarlane and he's super connected.
Ryan
For-
Reynolds pops up for like a brief.
Yeah,
moment,
he's
like,
he's immediately killed off. He doesn't even have a fucking line.
It's so.
He does like a little
yeah.
shrug and then he gets shot by
Oh
Liam
my
Neeson.
gosh.
Yeah. Also, Ewan McGregor's in it. I
Yeah.
didn't realize that because they have him in black hair with a thick black mustache and black eyebrows, and he has he's speaking with his natural accent, I believe. But I would have never realized that it was him if I hadn't looked at the credits.
Sarah Silverman, Neil Patrick Harris,
Yeah.
isn't it? Liam Neeson.
It's a lot of cameos.
Yeah.
Yeah, it is. But there's one uncredited one, at least one, that I caught. And I haven't seen anybody talk about it online. Ed Helms is in it.
I'm familiar with that name.
He was
The
in
guy
Hangover,
from
or
The Office.
yeah, he was in The Office. He was in
Oh.
From
Vacation.
The Office.
Yeah, he's been in a lot of things. One of the more recent ones being Tagged from a few years ago.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
No, Ed Helms appears in it in the background for a split second. Like literally, you would fucking miss it if you didn't know what Ed Helms looked like just off the top of your head. Because he holds the door open for Amanda Seyfried, I think, at one point, and then he's just gone. Nothing else. He's not credited on IMDb, not even in an uncredited role. He's just fucking in the movie in the background randomly at one point. That's it.
I feel like they were trying to do something. Back in the '60s, there were movies like "It's a Mad, 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 Mad
I
World."
really want to see that.
Great movie, hilarious. Movies like that, like were like the 1960s, like in the time like that, like comedies used to be like there were a few movies that were like comedy epics, like movies that were like comedies that were 3 hours. Could you imagine today anyone making a comedy more than like 90 minutes? Like
The Mad Men
back-
World's like 3.5 hours.
yeah, it's like I mean like epic, and back in those movies like that, like shoved in all these like famous at the time, like
it was essentially the comic Expendables.
yeah, basically, and like cameo, like that movie has like so many cameos from like famous comedians at the time, like for like 5 seconds, and
Reese
who really
Witherspoon.
don't have any kind of like real point in the movie. But I think Seth MacFarlane was trying to do something like that, but I think the difference is that It's a Mad, 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 Mad World is just funnier than A Million Ways to Die in the West. Isn't that movie like 2 hours too? Like
Yeah, it's about 2 hours.
Oh
I
my
think
God.
the unrated cut is like 2:15.
Jesus
roughly.
Christ.
We should do a review rewind if it's a Mad World.
I've never seen it, so I'm all for it.
It's an amazing comedy.
The Three Stooges are in it.
Yeah, it's got like a bunch of famous.
Oh, okay.
Now-
Madeline Kahn, I think.
Yeah.
Is
Mhm.
Well,
Great
I'm down
movie.
for that. Yeah.
I think it came out in '64, I
in it.
believe.
63, I think.
63,
Yeah.
something like that.
One thing I wanted to mention, since you mentioned Ryan Reynolds, and then we'll jump into our main point. The movie Life, he was in.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
I love Ryan Reynolds. What he did not fit the movie.
Nope.
He
not
was
at all.
essentially playing Deadpool in Alien,
And he's the first guy that gets killed, I think.
but he plays like his normal like smart mouth Deadpool
Yeah.
in a movie that's essentially Alien.
Yeah.
Okay,
I like
well,
the
I mean-
I like the alien itself in that
Yes.
movie.
It's
but
interesting. Yeah.
the movie, I didn't think the movie was that great. So.
It's a very poor imitation of Alien.
It is.
But that's
Gotcha.
essentially what it was. It was Alien.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You've seen it though, Dylan?
I've seen bits of it. I
Okay.
haven't seen it
I was
in
gonna
its
say, if you
entirety.
survive that, you'll survive Alien.
No, I mean I've only seen like the Ryan Reynolds scene where he dies. I've seen that,
Mhm.
and then I think I've seen like the very ending and like when
Yeah,
they
the
first discover it. I think that's about it.
Yeah.
So,
How
yeah,
did,
we're gonna rank in all the Alien and Predator movies together for Alien.
What's my deadline for that again?
The movie comes out the 16th.
Fairly soon.
Okay.
yeah, depending on how busy I am, I don't know if I'll be able to watch the whole Predator film. So I'm gonna try.
You've
But
only got a few to watch. There's 4.
Yeah.
I'd rather watch the
well,
Predator
it's going to
films.
depend on how busy I'm going to be with the next things, but whatever it's going to be. But still,
Okay.
Yeah.
So yeah,
Character.
main discussion times.
best
For-
character performances.
Yes, for those of you who I've talked with the guys, but for you in the audience, these are not best like Oscar-winning performances. These are not about the actor. These are about how fully they embody a character. So, this we'll do best best acting performances in a different episode. This will be how they fully embody a character.
Right.
So, this is gonna be fun.
I did make a list of this for this. So I'm gonna my first one here. And I've talked about this performance a few times. Probably this is at least in my top 3 like performances of all time, and this is from one of the greatest, most celebrated actors of all time, and that's of course Daniel Day-Lewis in There Will Be Blood as Daniel Plainview. I can't remember if he did win. I don't think he won the Oscar for this. He was definitely nominated. And this is the type of guy who every performance he gives, he's like a completely different person each time. And this is my favorite performance of his. I mean, this guy has so many great ones, but like this is truly I can't tell you how many times I imitate this dude in my daily life. Like I can't even tell you how many times I just find myself saying, "I drink your milkshake." I mean, I love watch this movie. It's one
That's
of my
a great line.
one of my favorite movies of all time. Like
I
the
really wanna see it.
character, you go from, I mean, you have such a roller coaster ride with this character. You go from seeing him as a very hardworking, down on his luck, a businessman who's trying to get into the oil industry, and then by the end of the movie, he's basically the villain. Like it's like a villain origin story of just
Okay.
a guy who completely loses his humanity to get into this business, and I completely forget I'm watching an actor when I watch this movie 'cause it's that good. So yeah. I also wanted and probably the one I can talk about like this for 2 hours, obviously, and you're probably gonna bring this up. Heath Ledger is the Joker, obvious
Yes.
one. The role that literally brought a man to death, like figuratively speaking. Like, I mean,
This might be concerning because I imitate him in my day-to-day life.
yeah, me too. This is another one that I can do that voice. It's
We kill the Batman.
one of the most iconic performances ever.
Yes.
And completely. If you didn't know, I didn't know who Heath Ledger was when I saw this movie. Because I was 8 years old, So like when I saw him like in real life and saw him in other movies like The Patriot or 10 Things I Hate About You, was like, Jesus Christ, this dude is the fucking Joker. It's like,
That's
God
how it was
damn.
when I watched Lords of Dogtown.
Yeah, yeah, exactly. Complete transformation, of course, and we everyone's talking about this performance to death. So then I want to get into another horror performance, Toni Collette in Hereditary, and this performance is one of the most haunting that I've ever seen, just because of how Toni Collette is an amazing actress, and this is probably my favorite performance she's ever given. Just someone who you see and immediately you feel the hurt and the trauma behind her eyes. This is a character who undergoes so much in this movie and just goes through so much grief, so much pain, so much angst, so much madness. And I mean, I can't tell you how many great scenes she has in this film. Like, probably the most iconic and the most the most like memorable scene she has in this movie is the dinner scene where she's yelling at Alex Wolff's character at the dinner table. I mean, Jesus Christ. I mean, I watch that scene like a couple times a year, and I just feel it. It's just one of those performances you just feel. Yeah, love that performance, and she absolutely. It just pains me how little attention the Academy pays to the horror genre. Like, Jesus, hate it. I hate it. Should have won the Oscar like twice, 2 Oscars for that performance.
I feel like sci-fi and horror are the least
Yeah,
respected at the Oscars.
it is. It's terrible. And also I'm gonna throw my boy Andrew Garfield in here for The Social Network.
I
This
need
was
to
the
watch
role
that.
put him on the map, and I mean, he plays that role of Eduardo. Can't remember his last name. Eduardo something. Eduardo Saverin, and I honestly think both Andrew Garfield and Jesse Eisenberg for this movie. I can honestly throw both of them in there because I think this is my favorite Jesse Eisenberg performance. I think he fits perfectly as Mark Zuckerberg, and you completely buy him in that role. He might not look like Mark Zuckerberg, but he really does embody, from the voice to his inflection. You really do buy the insufferable mad genius that he plays in the film. And in that one scene, of course, with Andrew Garfield, sorry, my product's at cleaners. I mean, love that scene to death. And when he's walking, I love that scene. Great movie if you haven't seen it. David Fincher. So yeah, moving on.
Okay, I guess I might as well go now. I actually was making my list real quickly on my site as well, and I'm hoping that most of these actually will make a lot of sense. Well, I say some that will, but we'll see if the others will actually make sense. So I hope I don't get killed.
Giving John the stare.
I bet you are. Okay. First two, it's probably gonna make sense. Speaking of the Joker, Jack Nicholson as the Joker in Batman '89.
Oh, yeah.
He is awesome. He portrayed that character pretty well in that one. That's like the most iconic Joker of all time, way before the animated series and before Heath Ledger did the Joker.
I mean, we can throw like pretty much most of the Joker actors in there.
Minus one.
Joaquin, of course.
you probably won't put Jared Leto on there.
No.
I'll defend
one,
him,
yeah.
but he's not Jack Nicholson or Heath Ledger. Not even close.
Nope.
But Jack Nicholson as the Joker, like, he portrays that character so well.
You ever dance with the devil in the pale moonlight?
Yes.
hang out with glasses, would you?
Yeah.
So many iconic lines
yeah.
from him too.
Okay. Next.
This town needs an enema.
Okay. Next one, which I think we're all going to agree on this one. Ryan Reynolds as Deadpool. We're all going to
Yep.
agree
Yeah.
with that one. Man, he portrayed that character so well.
He literally is.
He is Deadpool.
He is Deadpool.
The
Yeah.
man cannot break the act.
Yeah. And I'm going to say this, and I'm saying this because this is true. This was never meant to be like a humongous box office hit. They didn't know if Deadpool was going to be successful when it came out in 2016. Nobody knew it was going to do well, and it became a huge success, and that put Ryan Reynolds' stardom much higher than ever when it comes to this
Saved
one.
him from. I mean, he had some stinkers right before that.
Right.
Please don't make the super suit green.
Yep.
Yes.
Very animated.
Also,
Yes.
R.I.P.D.
Yeah. Oh.
That nearly killed him.
I don't mind Green Lantern, but R.I.P.D. No.
That's
no.
a horrible. That's a horrible one.
But I cannot wait for Deadpool Wolverine. I cannot wait to watch that.
Yep.
Which,
Seeing it on Thursday.
speaking of Wolverine, Hugh Jackman as Wolverine is
I
actually
was gonna
next on
talk
my
about
list,
him.
which is so funny. Now, I did not do this on purpose at all. I did not intend to put Deadpool Wolverine as like back to back. That's so funny. But Hugh Jackman as Wolverine, man, that was a perfect casting choice.
I mean, probably in Logan, the greatest, Heath Ledger, I think, is the greatest villain performance in a comic book movie. I
Yeah.
think Hugh Jackman gives the greatest lead performance in a comic book
how
movie.
to
in
not
Logan.
get him an Oscar nomination for that
It's
performance?
criminal.
That's so stupid.
criminal.
Hugh Jackman was so awesome in Logan.
I got a couple comic characters on my list too.
Okay. But yeah, Hugh Jackman as Wolverine, he is absolutely fantastic. Even in X-Men Origins, Wolverine may not be the greatest, but at least he's good in
still
that
good in it.
movie.
Yeah.
CGI claws, though,
Horrible.
there is no need for CGI claws. But yeah, Hugh Jackman as Wolverine, yeah, definitely great character performance. Okay. I'm gonna defend the next one. Now I know
Oh boy,
that
here we
a
go.
lot of people don't like this performance, but I will defend it because I first think it's a great best character performance and an underrated one. Jim Carrey as the Riddler in Batman Forever.
Really?
Oh.
I love him as the Riddler. I first think that's a great
Joy-gasm!
Joy-gasm! I love him. He's great in this one. Which, okay.
Batman, you say? Coming for you.
I mean, people are going to say that's just Jim Carrey playing as Jim Carrey. Sure, but
Yeah.
he's also the Riddler. Like, can you
Not
think of it?
comic accurate.
Not at all.
Well,
I
I watched Batman the animated series. He's sort of close to the
No.
animated character of the
No.
TV show. Maybe meant a little too crazy, but he's Jim Carrey. What did you expect?
And he's oddly inspired a lot of other future performances in comic book
Yeah.
movies. I mean, Guy Pearce in Iron Man 3.
Yeah.
Jesse Eisenberg is fucking Lex Luthor. I mean, that's what
Honestly,
he was doing.
his performance got
Um,
better for me after
in
the DCU was dead.
in Kristen Wiig in Wonder Woman 1984.
Yeah.
That was I mean, it's a weird. I think Michelle Pfeiffer was the one who started that whole thing. It was like the nerdy person with glasses has something bad to him happen.
Electro in
And
Amazing Spider-Man.
yeah. Can forget.
I
about
hope
that
we
one.
get the Schumacher cut though, because I guess that's more in line with the Burton films,
True.
and apparently it is finished.
I mean, if you watch Lost Boys, you can clearly see why Warner Brothers wanted Schumacher for a
Yeah.
Batman film.
Yeah.
So,
But
or Falling Down.
yeah, but
so.
man, I love Jim Carrey as the Riddler. I mean, I personally think it's a great casting choice. But you know what's actually interesting?
Did he carry that performance?
Put that in the bank. Put it in the bank. That's an insult to Jim Carrey and an insult to comic book fans everywhere for that. But
So,
anyway, what I was going to
added
say,
one earlier.
yeah,
I just added one for that. I didn't count all the other ones that you probably thought I missed earlier, including the Depp one. I didn't include those. Now you're at 380.
Here's what's interesting though, and I read an interesting facts about this one. Jim Carrey was not the first guy they asked to play the Riddler. It was
No.
supposed.
I'm
It was
sure-
supposed. It was supposed to be
sure.
Robin Williams, which
Yeah.
I would have loved to see him as the Riddler. But unfortunately, Tim Burton was no longer the director,
Right,
and
Tim Burton wanted Robin Williams.
Honestly,
yeah,
I think
which
Robin
I would have
Williams.
loved that.
I think Robin Williams would have been better. Like,
Yeah.
If
Yeah.
you watch him in 1 hour photo, you
Yes.
can see how he would be a great Riddler.
1 hour photo is freaking underrated.
It's amazing.
Okay, which I've been wanting to ask you this. I've been wanting to watch it. Do you think I would like it?
You
1
might.
hour photo.
You might.
Okay.
I mean,
It's not scary. It's just disturbing.
it's
That's what I
it's a thriller.
heard. Okay. But that was really interesting because I thought, Robert Williams probably would have been a better choice, but Jim Carrey would have been my second choice. But yeah, you guys.
And then we got a Billy D. Williams as Two-Face then.
And-
if it would have been Tim Burton.
Oh,
so
right,
good.
that's
'Cause he played
right.
Harvey Dent.
Yeah.
Oh
Yeah.
yeah, man.
He
Batman
would
Forever. That
Billy
could've
D
been-
would
that
have been
could've
better
such
than
an
Tommy
interesting
Lee Jones.
God for that film. That would have been so interesting. But yeah, Jim Carrey as Riddler, he's pretty great.
That's all Tommy Lee Jones
Which
does in
leads
that
to
movie.
the final one on my list. For me, the one I think is the best Riddler, Paul Dano as the
He is
Riddler.
great.
Yeah.
Man, that. Ladies and gentlemen, this is what you call another great character performance, especially from this one. You can criticize the costume all you want.
I love the costume.
I do
man.
too. I love the costume.
It's It's inspired by Zodiac.
That's
The
true.
Zodiac
That's
Killer.
true. I almost include Prisoners on the list, but he hardly speaks.
Yeah.
He hardly speaks in the film, and he was like scotch stapled around and stuff. So
If you want, you've watched Gotham.
yes,
That's the best Riddler right there.
yeah, that's true. That's true. But that was for a TV show, though.
Right.
But
I'm
if
still
we,
counting a couple TV performances.
yeah, that's true. That's true. But
They're just too good, not
man,
bad.
but Paul Dano, I mean, that was just outstanding. I don't know how in the world Matt Reeves in the game thought he was the best idea to play as the Riddler. I don't know how
As
they found
soon-
him, but
as
that was
soon
just
as
a
I
great
heard of, like,
choice.
As soon as I heard Paul Dano, was like perfect casting.
Oh,
Like,
yeah.
Because you
absolutely
would have seen
perfect.
Prisoners already.
Yeah.
Yeah.
No, I saw Prisoners and was like, this. Yeah.
Yeah, I'd
he'd
not
make a
seen
great.
Prisoners at
he'd
that
make
time.
a great Riddler.
I saw
Absolutely.
Prisoners in
I knew
2023.
he would be great.
Yeah.
So
I freaking love the scene between Batman and Riddler when they were face to face in
if you
a.
put Batman in an interrogation scene, it's probably going to be amazing.
It's so awesome. I love that scene so much. Like where Riddler was just going nuts, Batman was going nuts. He was like, "Stop it! Stop it!" It's
What
so
have you done?
great. I love it.
Fingers crossed for Scarecrow as the main villain.
Oh,
Yeah, I'd be down with that. Yeah.
Give us a
um,
horror movie with Scarecrow as the main villain.
I've said this many times. I want Mr. Freeze to be attempted at again.
Yes, I do too.
That you can do it in that world in a way that is
Oh my God.
believable. Yeah.
And they could honestly, if they want to, they could do it at Christmas time.
Yeah.
Jump
Yeah.
from Halloween to Christmas.
Yeah, that's
Yeah.
true.
I mean the last one ends with like Gotham underwater basically, and right before winter. So
Right. And Penguin's gonna fill up that next few weeks
yeah.
because that's gonna be a few weeks later.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Penguin's in a month and a half.
Oh, I can't wait to watch it. Which actually, I actually got one more in my head actually. Which thank you, Brain, for mentioning this. Want to get a shout out to my buddy Paul Allen for this one. He'll appreciate that I put this guy on the list. Ghostface in the Scream franchise.
How is that?
Uh,
Which one though?
Yeah.
All of them.
All of
I wouldn't really.
No,
That's
not
that's
really
a tough
character.
one because
You don't
Like
think
a
so?
bunch-
I personally think it
They're
is.
all
There's-
different people.
well
Yeah,
the
there's not
the
like one
voice-
portrayal.
I mean, unless you're counting the voice because it's
Yeah.
always been the same, but like physically, not
yeah,
really.
It's all different. Yeah. I
yeah.
would count the voice maybe, but
Yeah, I would probably
the
say
voice
that.
is iconic.
Yeah, the
Yeah.
voice is iconic. I don't know if that counts.
Do you-
The voice would count more than the people because they're all different people playing different roles.
Okay.
Yeah,
so
Okay.
you'd have to pick
It's
like
not
a
like-
specific ghost face. Like I'd say
Yeah.
Billy.
Yeah.
Billy and Stu
But-
are like the quintessential ghost
Yeah.
faces.
You know
Like-
what? I think I'll do the Ghostface voices as like
Matthew Lillard.
Yeah.
like for me my best character performances because I don't know. There's just something about the Ghostface voice that I just love hearing. Like he's creepy, but not like extremely disturbing. That's what I love about the Scream movies. Because
go investigate a strange noise or something.
yeah, but Paul will appreciate that I mentioned Ghostface. But yeah, I'm not scared of Ghostface. Thank God I was not scared of him, and I never thought that I would love the Scream movies. Like who knew? Fingers crossed we're gonna get Scream 7, and they don't screw it up.
They're doing it regardless
Oh,
of that whole thing.
Yeah.
Yeah, one way or
I'll
another,
jump in
come
with a
hell or high
few.
water.
Yeah, but there you go. Those are my picks.
We'll save Dylan for last this time.
Yeah, always.
I got a few. you guys knew I was mentioning it because I used it as an example, so I think that's why you guys waited. Jack Sparrow.
Yeah.
Johnny Depp as Jack Sparrow is a quintessential character performance.
I
Yeah,
think I feel like that's the role he has not escaped.
No,
Like it just hasn't
it's like
left.
Tom Welling was.
And that's
Superman.
why I think he's struggled a lot.
Yeah.
Like since then, it was like a lot of the roles, like the Mad Hatter and
Yeah.
Alice in Wonderland, or even a little bit of Grindelwald. It was
Yeah.
like it
It's
still
like
feels
Ryan
like
Reynolds with Deadpool, except
yeah,
not in a good
yeah.
way.
I mean, I also have a problem with Ryan Reynolds doing that
Yeah.
in his movies. I
He's
feel
in
like
Free Guy Life, like
I still feel like Ryan Reynolds needs to break away from that at some point and not
Yeah.
keep doing it.
because he's becoming like a character actor. like,
Yeah.
stuck in a typecast.
Yeah, exactly.
So yeah, Jack Sparrow, like obviously, like
Yeah,
love
yeah.
him. Not much to say. Crazy dude. I still like my idea. It's never gonna.
Where's
happen.
my rum?
It's never gonna happen. But I'll just say my idea since we're talking Jack Sparrow. I would have liked a 4-way pirate battle between Johnny Depp, Margot Robbie, Nicolas Cage, and Ryan Reynolds. The amount of crazy they'd have to open an insane asylum.
Yep.
All in
Holy
one.
crap.
I'd be on board with that.
Apparently,
Yeah.
Margot Robbie is still gonna be in the spinoff.
Yeah,
right.
Red.
Yeah,
as a pirate Red.
Still
Iron
don't
Man, Ronald Downey Jr.
Of course.
Yeah.
Of course.
started the MCU.
Yeah.
Yep.
The whole success of the MCU is due to the success of Iron Man
Yes.
and his performance in that role. It turned his life around in more ways than one.
And
Mhm.
it's the thing is like the MCU right now, not to get too heavily off topic, the MCU really was getting to really got to the level that it did, with the first 3 phases because with Tony, because people love that character so much that people were fine with breaking out to the other people, like across, all the phases.
Tony and
The
Cap were
The MCU doesn't really have its Tony Stark, and it
No.
doesn't really have its Robert Downey Jr. right now, and I think that's why it's struggling.
yeah, Tony and Cap were like the 2 pillars that held up the MCU.
I mean, unless you count Tom Holland and Spider-Man, but
Right,
like
he's-
that's not really like. I mean, that's kind of like
nobody's
its own
as
separate.
loved right now besides
Yeah.
Tom Holland.
Yeah.
Because with Chadwick Boseman being gone and
Mhm.
his sister taking over,
Yeah.
Mhm. Right.
Shang-Chi might have the potential to become one of the pillars.
But they haven't focused on him really.
We might be getting an announcement at Comic-Con about the second one.
Finally.
But what I was going to say about the character of Tony Stark, Robert Downey Jr., great performance. And then 15 years later, won an Oscar for Oppenheimer. That pretty much changed his
Yep.
life for the better because of Iron Man. And 15 years later, he got a golden statue.
And right
so
before
good for him.
I'm so glad that happened because right before that, Doolittle happened.
Which I'll defend, but not an Oscar-winning
Oh, God, I
performance.
hate that. I hate that goddamn movie. Could not stand it.
I will mention 2 other superheroes. This time we're venturing into TV area
All right.
because these are just too good. Well, one is a villain, one's a hero. Tom Cavanaugh as Reverse Flash.
Yeah. Okay.
Yes.
Oh,
Yeah.
yeah.
The dedication to that character. The
Mm.
dehumidifier is full.
Oh
Ignore
boy.
the beeping. It's not a bomb going off. There's a bomb in the studio.
Should I unplug it?
No, it'll just turn off.
Andy?
Oh, there we go.
There we
The
go.
dedication to that role, a role that, in ways, not like on the show, but in terms of comics, in ways rivals the Joker in terms of how evil the character is.
Yeah.
Just
Yeah.
the
True.
pure hatred for the Flash. And the show captures a glimpse of that, but it's still a great performance. Like, it sends chills down your spine, especially in the first 2 seasons.
He fooled me. I thought he was the good guy. He fooled me so badly when I watched
I
it.
knew right from the beginning because
Yeah.
I knew the comics.
Yeah.
And then, this next dude, they can try to understand. He's a magic man. Matt Ryan as John Constantine.
It's true. You can't really separate the 2 of them anymore.
You can't. He's honestly becoming. This is going to offend some people. We will get on the subject of this actor later when we talk Crisis on Infinite Mars. He's becoming Kevin Conroy in terms of how connected he is to his character.
Yeah. Yeah.
Animated movies, video game. I think he's done a video game or 2. Live action. He is He's done so many things as this character, and it's really inseparable now. But people are still wanting Keanu Reeves. Like, I think Matt Ryan is going to come back too.
Yeah, that's who I would personally prefer.
James
versus
Gunn
Keanu
has
Reeves.
said he wants to bring back characters that work. I fully believe we will get Matt Ryan back as Constantine.
More than likely, yeah.
That performance, even if it wasn't, his performance was good. But even if the writing wasn't quite as good on the other CW shows, like when he joined Legends of Tomorrow, just that first season of Constantine is legendary. And finally, a Marvel hero, Charlie Cox as Daredevil.
I wanted
Okay,
to
yeah,
talk about
yeah.
that.
Not bad Apwag. Not bad.
Nope.
The other good actor.
Well, you're going to be surprised when I list mine then.
Oh boy. Oh boy.
Really? Oh god.
No, it's a joke. It's a joke. I
Okay.
promise.
Okay.
This one time I'll break character. It's a joke.
Okay.
The 3 seasons of Daredevil are top tier superhero content, period.
Yeah.
It rivals any other movie.
Yeah. As I said before, season 1 was awesome. I can't wait to watch the next few seasons. I can't wait.
It is a top tier superhero content. And I'll just say this real quick while I won't mention them. If you want to mention them, you can a little bit. I'll just say as we talk Daredevil, obviously you got Punisher,
Right.
and you got Kingpin. The performances rival Charlie Cox in terms of great quality performances in Daredevil.
Yeah.
And then on their own with Kingpin being in Echo and Punisher getting his own show.
Yeah.
But yeah, I'll leave it to you now.
Okay. I'm surprised there was one name that didn't pop up on your list. Grant Gustin.
True.
He's good, but I don't feel like he hits the quality of the rest.
I think that he does. I think that when you look at
season 1 and 2, yes.
no, I mean even past seasons 1 and 2, I still think that he does. I think that they give him a lot less to work with. I think that's what it is.
Yes, that's what it is. He still has the passion.
Well,
It's just
his
the
emotional
writing is-
scenes just throughout are fucking amazing.
The writing is just atrocious later on.
Yeah.
I still have not watched season 8 and 9. I lost my love for Flash. I don't know what happened.
It starts
It
falling
just-
after season 4, in my opinion.
Yeah.
Like season
And you're-
5 is
and-
okay. But,
I like season 5, but season 6 frustrated me.
Yeah.
Season 7 was a little bit better, but that lady character, good God, I wanted her to die. She was so annoying. She should not be working for Detective West. Jesus Christ.
Oh yeah.
Yeah,
Okay.
I
get you.
hated her so much. I wanted her to
She-
die.
She ended up okay.
Yeah, she ended up.
Yeah, she was all right.
Yeah, but
Yeah.
I'm so worried she's going to be more annoying in season 8. God help me.
I still have not touched season 8 except for Severe. I
well,
haven't finished
I'm
the
going
show.
to watch it when I watch it.
Oh
I
my
ever
god, I need to pick it back up really bad.
Yeah.
No, I'm surprised you didn't say that.
Yeah.
I feel like that's another case of while he hasn't done everything that Matt Ryan has, I think that Grant Gustin has that audience attachment, where a lot of people associate Grant Gustin with Flash now, versus before they would have associated with Ezra Miller, or to a bigger case for older audiences, John Wesley Shipp.
I still feel like Grant's the.
He
Yeah,
is
he's-
the
he's
Flash
clear-
out of
he's
the
the
live
clear
action ones that
favorite.
we've gotten.
Yeah.
No, he is absolutely top tier one.
And I could see him coming back too.
I would hope so. I mean, I thought that
he-
he was great. I think that he
He's
could.
asked James about it. He's
I
asked
hope that he
him
comes
several
back.
times online, like, "Hey, bring me in."
Yeah, please, they could easily do that.
Yeah.
Honestly, I'd be super down for it. Just make sure that you keep the chin on the cow, please.
Especially if the universe is like pre-established,
Right.
like because like obviously there's multiple heroes in Superman.
Yeah,
We're not
yeah.
gonna go too far into it. We'll get into it more when it comes out. But like,
Yeah.
there's multiple heroes in that movie already.
Well, I mean, it just yeah, not to get off topic whole bunch, but I already think that the world is going to feel really lived in. Like you said, it's going to be well established. I think that they could rope Grant Gustin's Flash into it. I think it would work. Yeah, same as Constantine. I think it would work really well. You guys didn't mention Chadwick Boseman, right?
I did not.
Or
But-
Joaquin Phoenix.
Well, I meant I
Oh,
brought him.
what?
Up.
Yeah, well, we were kind of roping up all the
Damn
Jokers
it.
in
I
together.
brought him up when you were talking about Jack Nicholson.
Yeah.
Oh, man. Oh, it's so stupid I didn't mention Joaquin Phoenix as Joker. Dang it.
Well, I mean, again, we were all talking about like all Jokers except for Jared Leto.
Yeah.
No,
I am such an idiot.
Even all the animated ones, just everybody. But
yeah.
Yeah. I
Cesar
said,
Romero
I
was
said
up there.
controversially that Joaquin Phoenix is my favorite Joker over Heath Ledger. So, there you go.
Right.
No, Chadwick Boseman as T'Challa is fucking amazing. I mean,
is.
Yeah.
I think that his best
May he rest in
portrayal.
peace.
Yes, may he rest in peace. I think his best portrayal of T'Challa is actually in Civil War.
Yeah.
I just we
Yes.
get more of an emotional response from him, and he really shows. He really showed how amazing he was as an actor in that role alone.
Absolutely.
Vengeance has consumed you. I'm done letting it consume me.
Yeah, I
The
just
living
it
are
was
not done
beautiful.
with you.
I loved it. Another one.
I need to rewatch Civil War now.
I had another one lined up. I can't remember what it was. Shit. It was another TV role.
I've never heard of that character.
Oh, have you not?
No.
Oh, it's brand new. I just made it. Coming to the next DC movie.
I mean, if we're talking about TV roles, I gotta throw him in there. Bryan Cranston. Walter
yes,
White.
yes. Honestly, Bryan Cranston in damn near any role, he's fucking
Yeah.
amazing. But Breaking Bad,
He has
he
such
really
incredible
showed.
range.
Yeah, he's fucking amazing.
I mean, great at probably in terms of like television, like the greatest like character evolution of all time. Like you can't. I really don't think you can beat that character arc in anything really.
I've still
No.
not seen Breaking Bad.
I
Oh,
haven't rewatched in years. We need to watch it.
I've rewatched it so many times.
Paul had me
It's-
watch episode 1. He's like, we need to watch this. We need to watch this. And then we never picked it back up again. He's like, nah, not tonight. Not tonight.
Yeah,
Damn it.
He was a tease.
you need to watch it before you die.
Hmm.
It's fucking great. I still haven't seen El Camino. That was the movie, right?
I liked it.
Yeah,
liked
I still haven't seen that.
What about-
I've only heard good things about it.
A band that I seen live at a concert a long time ago had a song in El Camino.
Oh,
Oh yeah,
that's
you
cool.
told me that. Yeah,
The song Country Gentleman.
yeah. I remember you telling me that.
The lyrics to that song are legendary.
What about Zachary Levi as Shazam?
I wouldn't really
like
say
I
that.
like him a lot.
Yeah.
I just
I-
wouldn't throw him in
not
like
at that
greatest,
level.
greatest.
Yeah.
You know.
I think that
Oh.
Zachary Levi is another case of plays a lot of similar characters.
Yeah.
Because Chuck kind of has that same kind of comedy.
Right.
So Zachary Levi is Chuck. Zachary Levi is Shazam. Zachary Levi was Flynn Rider in Tangled.
Oh,
I
yeah.
feel like he is casting in a lot of the same roles. It's just he doesn't.
Margot.
Yeah, no, I agree with Margot, 100%. Margot fucking kills it as fucking Harley Quinn, and she nails it in every other fucking role she has
Yep.
too. She's such a great actress.
Literally every
Um,
character she plays.
Yeah,
Everything I've seen her in, even if I didn't like the movie, she was the highlight of the movie.
yeah, she's fucking phenomenal.
Good luck
honestly.
trying to replace her as Harley Quinn. Good luck with that.
They're not trying
Goff.
to. She should be
Mia
returning
Goth
to the
would-
DCU,
I
right?
hope
Would
so.
make an amazing Harley
I think
Quinn.
she's still attached as of right now.
Yeah,
They have
okay.
not dropped her yet.
Because I keep seeing rumors that she's out. I don't know why.
I'd
I
fucking
mean,
hope not.
Gala's out.
Yeah, she's fucking amazing.
Yeah, I
Almost
know.
all of
I know
them-
Paul is
Almost
thrilled.
all of them are out.
Yeah. But a lot of the Suicide Squad cast are still there.
Yeah.
Yeah, thank
Peacemaker.
goodness.
Yeah.
Which I'm still confused about Peacemaker. If it's season 2, how's it not connected to the new universe? That's
I think-
confused me.
I think that they're gonna explain it. I just don't know how they're gonna explain it.
Which actually, you know what?
Suicide Squad is still canon. Because
Yeah.
Frank Grillo is Rick Flag Sr., and he's going after Peacemaker for killing his son in season 2.
Oh, really?
Yes.
I didn't know that was
was
something
just
that's
said
coming.
the other day, like 3 days ago.
Huh.
Yeah,
So
but,
I'm more confused than ever.
yeah, but you know what?
We'll figure it out.
John Cena's Peacemaker. Yeah, I had to put him on the list of best
fucking
character
great.
performance. I mean, Johnson, he was perfect for that role. People were skeptical about the TV show, which was kind of understandable because I'm pretty sure he was a dislikable douche in the movie. But in the show, it's fantastic. It might be in my top 3 or top 5 favorite comic book shows. Like season one was great.
Yeah.
I loved it so much. It was so funny. I remember Matthew and I, we watched the whole show in one day. We watched all the
Wow.
episodes leading up to a DC movie, which I can't remember what it was, but it was so fun.
Black Adam was the next one.
Oh yeah, Black Adam. Yeah.
Yeah.
It was so fun. I loved it so much, and the intro cracks me up
Yep.
so hard.
Greatest
It's
intro.
such a funny intro.
My mom hates that intro.
I know,
She
I
skipped
know,
it
I
like every
remember.
fucking time.
He did the dance in front of his mom. Not knowing.
No, I didn't do it in front of my mom. I showed. No. I showed her the intro.
Oh,
And,
okay.
yeah, I showed her the intro, and
Oh, I
she,
thought you said
and
you
and
did
this
the
was
dance.
her face when she saw the intro. She was like,
Yeah.
"Okay."
Yeah, that's how my mom reacted to it. I fucking loved it.
My mom and your mom will get along just fine.
There was one more character, and I just forgot about it.
I got another one if you
Yeah.
want to think.
Yeah.
So
It was
gotta
another
go with
comic book character.
Huh?
It was another comic book character, and I forgot who it was. Oh, Robot Man. Doom Patrol.
Yes, Brendan Fraser.
Yes.
Yes. Holy shit! It's a fucking great portrayal. It's brilliant, and like considering the fact that he's able to it's a junction between both the body actor and Brendan Fraser, obviously. But just like the overall portrayal of the character was fucking amazing. There's so much, so much fucking emotion, and coming from just such a literal fucking robot is. It's a great combination of the writers knowing the actors, and just so much a great display of physical acting as well.
Did you finish it yet?
No, I don't fucking want to. I don't want that to end. I fucking love Doom Patrol. It's
Oh, I
it's
told
my
you the
favorite
ending, didn't I?
DC show. I think so. I don't really
Okay.
remember it.
You're in danger.
Yeah,
I bawled my eyes out.
I think that I can't believe I didn't fucking say that. I fucking love Brendan Fraser. He's
That's
one
why
of my
I
favorite
brought it up, 'cause I
actors.
knew you'd want to talk about it.
I'm gonna throw another out here. Michael Keaton, not as Batman, but as Beetlejuice.
Yes.
Yeah.
I love
Oh,
him as
yeah.
Batman.
Yeah,
I
yeah.
love him as Batman, but like when you see, I mean, Michael Keaton in most of his roles, he has that. I love Michael Keaton, and he's amazing in so many things.
Yeah.
Seeing him as Beetlejuice is like, where's Michael Keaton in that? Like,
Yeah.
like completely energetic, like hyperactive. Does so many like, I mean, I think it also is a testament to how Beetlejuice is written. Like, I saw him in an interview recently where he talked about how he approaches the character, Michael Keaton does, and he was whenever he talks with Tim Burton. It was like, whenever we're discussing what Beetlejuice will say in this scene, I was like, no, we never think that. He'll say anything. He'll do anything. Like, Beetlejuice is that kind of character. Like, he's a complete wild card. And
Yeah.
Michael Keaton just plays that so amazingly, and just seeing him in the trailers for the new Beetlejuice is like, did not even. It's like
Didn't
did
skip
not
a beat.
skip a beat.
Yeah,
like,
yeah.
he completely is in that character again, and I cannot wait to see what all the things and all the wacky things he's gonna do. Yeah.
I won't jump in anymore, but as you were saying about Beetlejuice and not Batman, I don't think we've had a definitive Batman actor yet.
I think the closest, in my opinion, Pattinson.
Yes.
Yeah.
As a Batman comic accurate Batman, yes.
I'll say the same thing about Spider-Man too. I'm not gonna. That's why I don't think we put any of the Spider-Man
Because
actors.
they're all
Well,
good at one regard or another.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I
Andrew's
put-
a better Spider-Man. Toby's a better
Yeah.
Peter. Christian Bale is a great Bruce Wayne, but Robert Pattinson's about Batman.
My brain just told me another best character performance. Which, thank you, brain, for mentioning this, because I would look so bad if I did not mention him. One of the greatest villain performances of all time, Alan Rickman as Hans Gruber
Yep.
in Die Hard.
Yep.
I love that villain so much, and that was awesome
Mr.
casting
Cowboy.
choice. He is amazing in this movie. Like, that villain is just so good, and the way that he saw, the way he saw John McClane, was that please,
Oh,
God.
please.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, that villain performance is so fantastic. You can put on the list of greatest villain performances. I can guarantee you, he'll probably be in the top 2.
I watched Die Hard every Christmas.
Yeah,
Yep, me too.
which
And
yeah.
I'll throw in, I mean, Bruce Willis as, I mean, John McClane. Like, in the early films, I'm not gonna put John McClane in like the later two, but like in the first 3, especially, like, I mean, that's Bruce Willis's like most iconic role, and just a character who, you you were rooting for the entire time, who's the wisecracker, who's he's the underdog of all three movies, and yet you completely who uses his wit and uses his and just no matter how much he gets beat up, how much pain he endures, he just keeps going. And honestly, I think that was the role, like the action character of like that kind of changed how action movies were made.
Yes.
After that, I mean,
Absolutely.
because before then you had Arnold and Sylvester Stallone and like
Muscle,
just
nothing else.
just pure
Yeah.
machismo
Yeah.
masculinity, and then you have someone like John McClane who kind of would influence like all the other action leads after
Yes.
that. It was like the more normal and down to earth guy or gal, and who would use not really the muscle but more the wit, and use more of the not brain power but like the willpower, I'd say.
I would even say Ethan Hunt and Daniel Craig's James Bond are kind of inspired by John McClane.
Yeah, true.
That's true. That's true.
Sorry, Dylan, we keep cutting you off. Like,
Yeah, no, it was fun.
Yeah. I didn't know if you got anything else.
Yeah, I had a few.
Oh, okay. Sorry.
I just want to rattle off a couple because I don't want to take too long with mine. The OG 4 Ghostbusters, I think that they were all fucking
Yeah.
great. Ernie Hudson didn't have a whole lot to work with in the first one, but in the second one he really shined. Obviously, everybody else basically had their characters written around them.
Mhm.
So it was written to Bill Murray's strength. Dan Aykroyd and Harold Ramis were obviously set for their characters. Harold Ramis a little bit less. They tried casting somebody else for Egon, and then
Well,
Harold Ramis was like, no, "It's whatever. I've been writing it in my voice anyway. It's fine."
Harold Ramis like really was he heavy on the script, right? Like he was one of the
Well, him and Dan Aykroyd, yeah.
yeah. And I watched that Netflix the movies that made us series, and Ghostbusters was one of them. Didn't they like the improvisation like heavily saved that for original movie?
Yes,
Like,
it's
'cause-
90% improv. Yeah.
I
They
did not know that.
Yeah,
That's
Yeah,
cool.
that movie nearly like turned out a disaster.
Yeah,
like, famously.
if the audience hadn't loved it, that movie would have fucking sucked. Like
Yeah.
it would have gone straight out the fucking window. Like thankfully they really lucked out on
Like
what
because
they were
that
doing.
was originally gonna be like more of a horror movie. Like the comedy wasn't really a thing until like they started shooting.
It was originally a movie about space wizards.
Yeah.
That's what it was.
Interesting.
Mhm.
Got them. I wanted to mention Hamish Linklater.
Midnight Mass.
Midnight Mass, yes. His
Yeah.
portrayal in Midnight Mass, fucking amazing.
Mhm.
I think that he nails every single fucking scene that he's
I'm
in.
excited for his Batman performance.
I can't wait for it. I didn't fully process that that's who it was until a couple weeks ago when we talked about it.
That's a character who like when I was watching that show, I was like, I don't know what you're doing, but like I'm fascinated, but I'm also creeped out by you. Like,
Yeah,
I have
yeah.
no idea what's gonna happen with you. That
I need to watch it.
It's
tremendous.
so fucking good.
Another Mike Flanagan masterpiece.
Yeah, I need to watch all those Mike Flanagan shows.
Yep.
I loved it. I'm so upset that we're never going to get a season 2 to Midnight Club, but it's whatever. He
Midnight
closed.
Mass.
Well,
No.
that's another
Midnight
show
Club.
actually.
Thankfully though, he posted the story for season 2 on Tumblr, like the entire thing, so we don't have to go without wondering. It's just it would have been cool to happen. Another one that I'm surprised you guys didn't bring up: Chris Pratt, Star-Lord,
Oh yeah.
inseparable.
Yeah.
I love that performance. I just wouldn't probably put him in this category.
I honestly
We've
would.
counted other people that are in a
Sure.
similar boat to Chris Pratt's portrayal of Star-Lord.
True.
So that's why I feel comfortable saying it.
Oh yeah, totally. Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah, I just he really fucking bodied it in
He
multiple
does.
ways.
Yeah.
I feel like I think that one of the things that's going to help reinvigorate the MCU is the day that they bring Chris Pratt back. Because
Sure.
he's set to return as Star-Lord. We just don't know
Yes.
when.
Yeah, exactly.
I think that the day that we get his return as Star-Lord is when a lot of people are going to flock back to the MCU and start saying more good things about it. It'll just be a little more enjoyable for past fans. Because I think that right now they've been focusing on newer fans. And
Yeah.
we touched on it with RDJ earlier. I just feel like that's going to be one of the things that helps bring back a lot of the hype.
Yeah.
I thought that he was great. God, I had somebody else that I really wanted. We've brought up his name a couple times, but we haven't really submitted his name. Kevin Conroy as the Batman.
Yeah.
He is the voice of Batman, just as much as, if not more, than James Earl Jones is Darth Vader.
Yes.
Like
True.
it's iconic. It's like you can't think this character without this person being attached to it.
Mm-hmm.
Like it's just fucking amazing. And we're going to talk about Kevin Conroy a little bit later.
Yeah.
But yeah,
Should we be safe and pull the box of Kleenex out before?
you should definitely, yeah. It didn't hit me with any tears, but it hit me.
It destroyed me.
I
was a puddle. It was it was bad.
I don't think that there's a whole lot of other people that we haven't mentioned.
Yeah, we've mentioned quite a bit. So
I'll mention one more just to close it out.
Sure.
Yeah.
Not the most comic faithful, but an essential performance. Michael Rosenbaum as Lex Luthor.
I was going to mention him earlier. Yeah, I totally fucking forgot about that. No, he's fucking amazing. I can't wait until they come out with the animated show that him and Tom are working on. Yeah. I cannot fucking wait for that. It's currently being shopped around, I think. But I also know that Michael and James Gunn are pretty good friends.
Yes.
So I think that there's a chance of it being like an actual WB project.
Nice.
Which I hope that it will. That'll help ensure that it'll stick around, yeah, and that it'll have the quality that it deserves.
Yeah,
Um,
absolutely.
Yeah, no, that's a great fucking mention. A very underrated Flash as well. I wish that we would have gotten him as a live action Flash at some point because I thought that he would have bodied it as Wally.
Yeah, he was great as Wally.
Yeah, it was amazing.
Yeah. I think
and
that's-
one more just to
Yeah,
close
go
it
ahead.
out. I mean, Harrison Ford in both Han Solo and Indiana Jones.
Especially Indiana Jones.
Man,
Holy
I should have thought about
shit.
that too. Yeah.
Yep.
Yep. There you go.
Yep.
So yeah, that should do it for this episode.
We had a lot of people we mentioned.
Yeah, yeah.
So-
a
really
lot of
prepared for
people, a
that.
lot of movies.
So guys,
Yeah.
thank you so much for watching. We really appreciate it. We hope you absolutely enjoyed the episode.
Remember, like, comment, subscribe, all
Yep.
that good
Like,
stuff.
comment, subscribe.
Hit that bell button on YouTube to get notified.
Please make sure to leave us feedback, both good and bad. We always appreciate criticism, constructive, preferably.
You can hit that follow button on Spotify too,
Yeah.
and give us a star rating on there.
And make sure to share us with your friends.
Yeah.
Yes,
we
that's
usually-
how we build it as a podcast.
We usually put a quick poll or Q&A on all our Spotify episodes. You can vote in that. And Spotify is actually now leaving us a section, a thing where you can leave comments on certain parts of the episode. So if you want to get involved with that, go for that.
Yeah, please do. We would love to hear from you guys.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
We got a lot of stuff coming this week, so keep an eye out for a lot of. We got like 5 videos dropping this week,
Yeah.
and we got our Deadpool review next week.
Can't wait for that.
Right.
So we hope you guys enjoyed this episode and stick around for our other episodes.
God bless everybody. We'll
See
see
ya.
you all next
See ya.
time.
See you guys.
We have been the Cinema Asylum Podcast. You guys were awesome. Thanks for coming out. Good night.